The year is 2000, I think. International phone calls still cost an arm and a leg, and instant messenger was the new rage. I mean, after going through traditional mail and then email, instant messenger was awesome. Overnight, I was able to make international connections with friends that I hadn't communicated with in years. So a friend of mine that I progressed from, snail mail to email, she was on IM, and the thing is, it isn't voice or video, but at that time, it was a good thing. Well, actually, technically, it's like a text message now, so maybe we may have gone backwards, but that's not the story. Anyway, I connected with friends, and, we were in touch, and it was great. And then one of my friends that I was talking to, she'd catch me online, we'd go back and forth. And one day she said she really wanted to talk to me about something that was like something she wanted to talk about. She had an issue. She wanted to make time. And I said, oh, well, yeah, sure. We'll make some time, because I was always in and out of IM. And so then I got on the computer and we were like, hey, how's it going? We did all the formalities. And then there's on the screen, she's like, can I ask you a personal question? I'm like, sure. Yeah, the funny thing about when someone says, may I ask you a personal question, you don't know what the question is. And, in retrospect, it's like, should I have been like, oh, what would you like to talk to me about today? I don't know. I mean, I just wasn't expecting that kind of a question. I mean, I don't even know what the definition of a personal question is. I mean, but anyways, her question was, how does Viagra work? Okay. Okay, don't get me wrong. Okay, I know what Viagra is and all that good stuff, but that's not the point. It's just like, I'm like going, oh my gosh, this is so juicy. And then part of me is going, oh my gosh, this is serious. What's going on? What do I say? And there's the question there, and I'm just kind of like, well, it took me a while to process all this. And then finally I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, this is kind of, I got to step back, think about this. And obviously it's a personal question. And so I kind of was like, hey, I have no experience with it. Why do you ask? And then, so I thought it would be some variation of a bedroom problem. But, what I got instead was essentially 3 years of an unconsummated marriage that had started on the first night as an attempted rape that obviously didn't work out too well when someone's plumbing doesn't work. So, all in all, very, very sad story. Later on, through our conversations, we just talked about stuff. And one day she wanted to leave, and she told me, I want to leave my marriage. And, any normal friend would have told her to think about it, to stay, wait a minute. No, I was like, do it. I was like, because here's the truth. Part of me was jealous that she had the strength and the courage. I wanted to see it, and I wanted to take it to another Stacy man. I'm like, ugh, these guys. Anyways, so I don't know. I just said do it, and maybe I thought someday I'd get the courage to do it. But long story short, she left her marriage to embark on new adventures. Well, I thought it would be new adventures, but I didn't realize she had tied all her happiness into being married. So she couldn't be happy until she was married. And so her new journey was filled with tears and disappointments. And it would be like, she'd talk to people, she'd get her hopes up high, and then it would be crushed again. And, the thing is that I was miserable being married, and I would be like, marriage is overrated. And I would hear her cry constantly about how miserable her life was, and that I would never understand what she was going through. I was a bit taken aback by the accusation, because I was spending a lot of time on the computer talking to her, not texting, but IMing takes time. And so I'm kind of like, what do you mean I don't understand? Like, I'm spending all this time here. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to understand. And finally, one day, she was just like, oh, you don't understand. And never mind. I'll talk to you later. And I was like, this is it. Exactly what do you think I don't understand? You know, I understand you're sad. I understand you want to get married again, but you don't seem to understand what you have. And then she's like, well, I don't want to hear about, oh, yeah, I have my arms, I have my legs, I have all of this. Yeah, I don't want to hear about that. She said, you don't understand, okay? And click, that was it. End of conversation. I personally am one for gratitude. And so not only did I guess not understand what she was saying at that point, didn't appreciate this until it was my turn. I finally got the courage to leave my broken marriage, and I was a divorced Indian Muslim woman. Huh? What does that mean? That means most men look at you like your last year's news. And I started to feel like the tattered remains that are left on the street for the trash to pick up. You know, when I got divorced, I knew instinctively that no one would marry me again, but hope is a funny thing, you know, it just somehow creeps into your life. And I talked to one guy, and I was like, oh my gosh, there is hope. I mean, maybe there are men out there who'd want to marry me. And then, well, heartbreaks are difficult, you know, the first one, and then the second one. I mean, remember, I'd never dated before, so this is all new territory to me, you know, third heartbreak, and soon started to feel worthless, like just completely, like there was nothing. Like I tried to make myself feel gratitude, but I felt nothing. I somehow had tied myself to being happy, being married, and then it hit me. You don't understand. I mean, the words started ringing in my ears, and I thought about my friend, and she was right. I did not understand. The words, however, did help me. It gave me strength knowing that people didn't understand. I mean, knowing that people who talked to me were trying, they were truly trying to make me feel better, but they didn't fully understand, and that's fine. So, I mean, I can talk about empathy, and the truth is that I don't think I ever did or will understand what she was going through, and vice versa, because you know, after my experience, I mean, I realized how my understanding had failed me, and it wasn't just about going through the divorce and looking for a man, you know. Its situations are different. Like mine is different from hers. I mean, she had the Viagra factor. She lived in a different country. And all of that. I mean, I'm not comparing and contrasting, but the question arises. Even when we try to understand, do we truly understand? If I would have done this this video thing a couple of weeks ago, I would have ended it, yeah, well, do we understand? Boom, end of video. But last week I was at a lecture, and the lecturer talked about the words we're not supposed to really use because they're apparently turnoffs. And one of those words was, I understand. I catch myself saying it a lot. You know, oh, I understand that. Yeah, nope. Doesn't work that way, does it? So today I will say that I understand my experiences based on my perceptions and unfortunately my judgments, but I don't think I truly understand the other person's perspective or experience. I mean, to everyone I've said that I understand, I apologize. I am human. I'm try to do better next time, but that's pretty much it. So thank you for listening to my story, and it's cold out here. It's fall. The leaves are turning yellow, all that good stuff. So I gotta run back into my home. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.